Welcome to Spotlight on Business. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and I'm with Janice Wissenand, and this is Uniquely Urbandale for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. I want to welcome you to the show today. My guest today is Tiffany Tokars.
That's correct.
Did I say that right?
Yep.
And Tiffany has a company called Modern Muse Consulting.
That's
Now,
right.
Muse, that's a great word. Tell me where that word comes from.
Well, the reason why I named my company Modern Muse Mac is because of Greek mythology. As you know, in Greek mythology, Muse is inspired through the arts and the sciences. And so what I do with my clients is work with them to find ways to infuse both their intellect and their intuition so they can make better decisions and increase performance ultimately. So they can get better results with a lot more efficiency and effectiveness.
You're kind of like a superfood in a suit. I mean, you just kind of bring everything else alive and bring it to a new intellectual.
Yeah, and I incorporate consulting, training, and coaching into my business. So it's a lot different than a lot of professionals in my field. Because what I see go on is a lot of times they'll be a coach that's hoping to hold the professional accountable, but not provided a systematic way in which they can increase their performance. So depending on where the client is will depend on whether I work with them from a consulting perspective, a training perspective, or a coaching perspective.
Sounds like you listen well.
I try my best, yeah.
When did you open your business?
In 2006.
And what did you do prior to that?
I climbed the corporate ladder at Bank of America. So I, in fact, started right here in the Skywalk.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is my old stomping grounds. In fact, walking through the Skywalk today brought back a lot of good memories. So I started as a personal banker at Bank of America, and then I was told I was never going to make my sales goals at this office because I guess this location really struggled, and I kept doing really well. And then I ultimately was managing a bank at 23. Looking back, I'm not real for sure why my leader gave me the opportunity because I made the phone call. I had 3 managers within a year and a half.
Wow.
So I finally called my regional manager on a Monday morning, shaking in my boots. I'll never forget. Like, I was really scared to make that phone call. And I said, you know, Tom, I'm really tired of training my managers and then having sales goals on top of it. Can I just manage this office? And looking back, I think he had to have thought, she's a 23-year-old woman. You know, I can't give her that opportunity. He could not tell me that from political perspective.
Sure.
And I was too young and naive to know that.
Yeah.
So he said, well, Tiffany, you know, I'll plant that seed. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, that that's your desire. But I'm just not quite ready for you to take that next step. I said, you know what, Tom, you and I have a good working relationship. I don't want this to change the way you see me.
Yeah.
But just keep that in the back of your mind. 2 weeks later, he called and said, I'm giving you a shot. That's it, Tiffany.
That's it.
And then after that, I ended up managing that office and then moved to the Ingersoll location, got promoted to be the VP of our group banking sales department, and had to move to Kansas City.
Ooh.
And so I was strategizing with senior leaders on how to increase market share through the consumer bank with the product that I was in charge of, which was called group banking. So in the commercial line of business, we were able to offer discounted products and services to our commercial clients to ultimately then increase market share through the consumer bank. So I was doing a lot of training.
Yeah.
And that kind of led me to find my passion.
Yeah. Put your own shingle out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think you opened it?
I love human potential and have been interested in human potential for as long as I can remember. I mean, even as a young girl, I always was paying close attention to why people were successful. And what I found by observation is that it's not the most intelligent people who are successful, but it's those who know how to use their intelligence to be successful.
Absolutely.
And so everything I do is around helping people find out what their purpose is.
Yeah.
So ultimately that purpose draws them forward in alignment with what they're here to do, because I believe that each of us, you, me, Janice included, all have a unique purpose that only we can serve.
We were created to do one thing.
That's right.
And it's our job to find out what that is.
Right. And when you seek, you shall find. And when you align, that's when abundance starts to surface.
So outside of work, what are your hobbies? What are you passionate about?
I love to do yoga. I run Grays Lake. I love to take pictures. A lot of people don't know that about me, but on the site, I like to take still life pictures, not of people per se, but just of
Stuff.
life in general, and
Yeah.
find creative ways to position a camera to capture something that you wouldn't have seen if you were there because you were busy paying attention to everything in the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed doing that. I like to go to Red China Bistro and have a basil martini or two. In fact, my claim to fame, I have to admit, is they now have basil martinis on their menu at Red China Bistro because of me.
Oh, yeah?
Because I kept sending people down there, and then people would ask for basil martinis, and they're like, you know Tiffany, don't you? And so finally, they were so excited they put it on the menu finally for
That's
me.
awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So who was one of your mentors? It sounded like Tom maybe was.
Yeah, Tom, but actually Jim Erickson, who worked for Tom, helped me tremendously. My dad's a carpenter, so I come from a blue-collar family. My mom stayed home with us. Wonderful, wonderful
From
people.
here in Central Iowa?
Yeah. I am so fortunate to have wonderful parents. With that being said, I wasn't given any resources as far as how to climb the corporate ladder. And
Yeah.
Jim took the time to polish the apple, and it really was a full-time job, I tease.
Yeah. Now, if you weren't doing this, what do you think you'd be doing?
You know, I'd like to say that I would be traveling the world and drinking Mai Tais on a beach, but that, quite frankly, isn't probably in the cards for me quite yet. And I would say for that reason, I would be doing something in the banking industry just because that's where my roots were.
Yeah.
And because I was fortunate enough to have professionals that really took time to help me hone my skill in that industry, that's where I would ultimately be if I wasn't doing what I am today.
One last question. If you could spend an hour with anybody, living or dead, who would it be?
Katharine Hepburn.
You mean Katharine Hepburn?
Yes, I love her.
I love her voice. My favorite movie that she was in was On Golden Pond.
Oh, yeah.
What a great gal.
Yeah.
Great
I
gal.
just love how she was comfortable in her own skin.
Yep.
And she could hang with the boys and yet have this elegance about her at the same time. So I think she would be an amazing woman to watch in a boardroom.
Yeah.
Because instead of demanding respect, she would command it.
Yeah, you're right. She would. Tiffany Tokars is our guest today. Modern Muse Consulting website.
www.modernmuseconsulting.com. And my phone number, too, at the office is 515-339-9370.
Great.
I host workshops and conferences, so if you're interested in finding out more about my business, please check out my website.
Yeah, thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you,
down
Matt.
here today. Now we turn to Janice, and Tuesdays are always special
Very.
at the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. And a little birdie called me.
Did they?
Yes, and they told me this Tuesday, not only are you making the most spectacular coffee, but you're also having blueberry muffins.
Oh, I like blueberry muffins.
So we'll have blueberry muffins and
Coffee.
just coffee, right?
Probably just coffee, yeah.
Thank you for being here today. I love to spotlight businesses in Urbandale and across Central Iowa. If you'd like to be a part of this show, contact Janice Wissenand at the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. Until I see you again, I'm J. Michael McCoy, uniquely Urbandale. From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Good morning. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and this is Spotlight on Business, brought to you by the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. Yep, uniquely Urbandale. Janice Wissenand is here. She is the executive director of The World, specifically CEO, CFO, CRO, FBI, CIA, and IRS of the businesses in Urbandale, because she loves them all. She works hard for them all. And even if you're not in Urbandale, if you've never had an opportunity to meet Queen Janice, make sure you look her up. Are you on Facebook under Queen Janice?
No.
Just Janice.
Janice.
Okay. And today we're going to meet one of their special members, Clint Dudley, who has Shade Tree Auto, which is at 3450 Southeast Maihee in Grimes,
Correct.
not in Urbandale.
No, we're situated right on the corner of Urbandale and Grimes, just off of Highway 141. So we're kind of straddling both lines.
So, and you get a lot out of being an Urbandale Chamber of Commerce member?
Absolutely.
Talk to me about that.
You know, a lot of our customers that we found were actually, living in Urbandale, working in Urbandale. So it's a pretty natural fit to belong to the Urbandale Chamber, which, when I first started out, I didn't realize that you could be an Urbandale Chamber member and not be in Urbandale. You just had to be doing business with them.
And what is Shade Tree Auto?
Shade Tree Auto is it's a mechanical auto repair shop. What we do is we fix important domestic vehicles, everything from oil changes and tires all the way up to replacing engines and transmissions.
Wow. So you work on the tough stuff.
We call it the fun stuff.
The fun stuff.
Fun stuff, yeah.
There you go.
Sure.
Now, where did that passion come from?
Honestly, I grew up in about 5 miles out of a small town in northeast Iowa. So when I hit 16, that was kind of my ticket
Yeah.
to the big blue world. So
Yeah.
having a car at that age, obviously, it wasn't an expensive one. So it broke down a lot. And if I wanted to go anywhere, I had to know how to work on it. So.
Wow. So you're self-trained.
I was until I went to DMAC, went through their 2-year program up there, graduated. I won't tell you the year, but...
When did you open for business?
I started out in my garage as a side project about 2001. And I got to the point where I was just getting too many cars in there on nights and weekends and had to either quit doing it or start doing it full time.
Yeah.
And in 2005, so it'd be 10 years this year.
Wow.
We moved over to Grimes, found a spot, and we've been expanding ever since.
10 years. Does it seem like 10 years?
Yes and no. It's gone fast, but there's a lot that's happened in the last 10 years.
Yeah, yeah. So outside of work, what are you passionate about?
Oh, boy. Well, I don't seem to have enough time to spend with my kiddos.
Okay.
So I've got I've got a little boy named Henry and a little girl named Molly that we go out and have a good time with. My wife is fortunate enough to stay home with them, so
Good for you.
it frees us up. I do a lot of volunteer activities, too. It's nice to be involved in the communities.
And Janice, or I'm sorry, not Janice, a little birdie told me that you've been nominated for a pretty important achievement.
Actually, just in the last year, we've won quite a few awards. It's the third year in a row to be considered a AAA top shop for the state of Iowa.
Okay.
So we're one of 8 shops to get that award. Last fall, the Greater Des Moines Partnership awarded us the Community Champion Award for small business. So I was able to receive that award among companies like Hy-Vee and Facebook. Through that, the United States Chamber of Commerce noticed us, and about 3 weeks ago, awarded us it's the Blue Ribbon Award. So we're one of 100 top small businesses in the country.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
And that's because of what your customers say about you.
A lot of things. It was customer satisfaction. It's the way we do business, plus our involvement in the community. A lot of organizations. I went through the Greater Des Moines Leadership Institute 2 years ago. We're heavily involved in a number of the chambers and Kiwanis and Grimes, and we just kind of get out there and get our hands dirty.
So if you weren't doing this, Clint, what do you think you'd be doing?
There's a lot of things. Actually, when I was in high school, I followed a veterinarian around for a couple of years.
Yeah?
And, all the fun stuff of fixing up the animals, there's that downside of the ones you can't fix up. And, I kind of found that similar passion in cars. It's somewhat similar, only I don't feel so bad when I put one down.
Yeah, right, because sometimes they're just
That's
numbers.
That's right.
So last question, if you could spend an hour with anybody living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, man. George Carlin?
Good idea. George is a funny guy.
He is. Yeah. I
A
think he'd be a good time.
WKRP weatherman.
Absolutely.
Or not WKRP. Is the
He had a lot of great insight to a lot of really
Yeah.
commonplace things.
A lot of people don't give him credit for being as wise as he was.
He was a smart man.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Clint Dudley from Shade Tree Auto at 3450 Southeast Mahi, and that's in Grimes. Now we come back to Janice Wissenand. And Tuesdays are always fun, 9 o'clock in the morning, free coffee spread around for everybody.
Yep.
And I understand Clint's coming down to do free oil changes this Tuesday for anybody that
Wow,
comes.
that's fabulous.
Yeah, I don't
Thanks
think
for working that out.
I think I made that up.
Just a little
Yeah,
bit.
just a
but
little bit.
You
All
get
right.
to learn a lot of things about the chamber on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. So come check us out.
All right, that's the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce on 100th Street in the old, what I call the Artist Furniture Building. Boy, they did a good job on that building. Looks
It's
beautiful. All right, for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, this is Spotlight on Business. I'm J. Michael McCoy, uniquely Urbandale.
From the REMAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
I'm Brian Leach, owner of Service Legends, and my position is Chief Talent Officer.
I'm Nicholas Wonderscheid,
I am Bernie Hobbs,
and I'm the Service Manager.
Marketing Director and Client Relations Manager.
Everything that we do is about ensuring that we exceed your expectations.
Our clients are important to us. 100% satisfaction.
We're not just focused on heating and cooling. That's the easiest part of our job, actually, is fixing furnaces and air conditioners.
Everyone that we come in touch with, we want to improve lives.
Bottom line is, we've got our installation guarantees, 25% energy savings guarantee, comfort guarantee, temperature selection guarantee, property protection guarantee.
100% satisfaction guaranteed. Fixed rate or it's free.
All of those guarantees are backed up with a 100% money-back guarantee to hold ourselves accountable to making sure that you get what you're after.
Just fixing the problem today. If they have another problem 5 days down the road, it's still fixed rate or it's free.
We use what's called straightforward pricing. Our technicians are going to give you an exact to-the-penny price on what it's going to take before they move forward with any repair. That way you know what to expect.
It's the same price every day.
No surprises.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home, you realize that, oh, my furnace is broken. Now you need to call somebody out that night. You shouldn't have to pay more for that.
We're guaranteeing service 24/7.
We run afternoons, evenings, nights, weekends. We're staffed to work that.
Phone rings at 3 in the morning. You'll get one of our representatives answering the phone every time.
We're not sending you out to Timbuktu in some call center. It's our Service Legend team members, our mission control team,
I'll take a call anytime.
and then they answer the phones the same way during the day as they do at night.
It's a great day at your service company. How can we make you smile?
That's the only way to provide true 24-hour service.
When you're able to let somebody actually live in their home safely when they weren't able to do that before, where they don't have to stay up at night and worry about, is the heat going to come back on? Are we going to freeze the pipes? Is the baby in the room next door going to be sick because they got too cold? When you're able to help somebody overcome challenges like that, that's impacting a life. That makes a difference. I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I love the team. I love the people that I work with.
We have fun, but we work hard.
I call them my ambassadors of legendary service. If you could just envision what that is, that's who we're sending to your home.
They literally will call in, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want to talk to your manager. And I get on the phone, they're like, that technician that was at my house was the greatest technician ever. That's cool to me.
We want to brighten people's days.
Every person that we have going into the house has gone through an extensive background check.
Drug testing, we have a very thorough interview process that 1 out of 140 people make it through.
If we promise you something, that's what you're going to get, no matter what.
We're here when you need us to protect the safety and comfort of your family.
If you're not happy, we're gonna make it right.
If we're willing to put 100% money back guarantee on what we do, what type of work do you think we do?
Give us a call. We're there for you 24/7, 365 days a year.
Enough said.
Good morning. Welcome to Spotlight on Business, brought to you by the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. I'm J. Michael McCoy with WebcastOneLive.com, and I'm here with Janice Wissenand, who is the marketing director, membership director, cleans only the ladies' room, not the men's room, because other people clean the men's room, and she's also in charge of all the magazine subscriptions through Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. How you doing, Janice?
I'm excellent, Mac.
Every day you just pick up something new, don't you?
I do. I have a plethora of skills.
And one of your skills is to bring excellent members into our Spotlight on Business.
Absolutely.
Introduce me to the gentlemen that are before me today.
Oh, my goodness. We have Be Always Marketing, BAM, with us today.
Ryan Tweet. Ryan, raise your hand. JT Thompson. And Trent Brownrigg. Did I do that okay? All right. So what brings you three together? How did you guys come together to start this company called BAM, Be Always Marketing?
Well, when it started out, it was about 5 years ago. I was sitting at home and basically starting a company for marketing. We saw a need in the marketplace. And we went to an EntreLeadership event, and I met Trent there, and we have a history that goes way back. But I noticed that we were doing the same thing, and we were like, well, let's bring our forces together and help businesses leverage the power of the internet so they could grow their companies. And from there, it just kind of just started snowballing. And then JT comes into play in January, December-ish.
Yeah. So, as I moved back into the area, I actually came over to Ryan's and wanted help building a website, and said, come work alongside me for a day, and try some new things. And next thing I know, I'm in meetings, and just kind of didn't actually know I had the job until I got an email, and just kind of worked out organically.
And the email was, why aren't you here at work?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, the first time I met JT was when I got out of the car for a meeting. Like, oh, there's somebody coming to a meeting with us. And
hi, I'll be joining you
today.
Hi, I'm your new partner. How are you?
Yes.
So let me ask you a couple questions. Why did you open your business? And I don't know who I'm aiming these at, so you just answer as you wish.
Yeah. So we started this business because there was a huge need in the marketplace. Businesses were transitioning from old marketing methods to online. Digital marketing was becoming something that's very, very important to leverage. And we noticed that small businesses weren't doing that. There was jobs were being lost everywhere. And we said, we made it our mission to help businesses grow so that they could bring on more employees and have more jobs in the marketplace. And so we basically saw a need, and what we needed to do was educate business owners and then provide that service.
That's awesome. So I'm a small business. So what would you do for me in just an example? What would you do for me?
Yeah, what kind of small business would you be?
Broadcasting.
Broadcasting, okay.
I'd be a webcast.
A webcast, perfect.
See this room? We're sitting right on the pond. If you can notice the water, feel the water on your hair there. That's what we're doing.
That feels really good.
Yeah.
So what customers are doing when they're searching for business like yours, they need your services. What would they search for online?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. Webcasting, but I'm not even sure that's a common terminology known among business people.
Okay, so what we would do then is look at the marketplace, see how many people are searching for those keywords, and then we look for other keywords that might be associated with what you do. So customers they're searching for broadcasting, webcasting, online podcasts, that sort of thing. We would then be able to find the need on the marketplace on Google, for an example, and then take your website and move it up to the top of the search engines so you're the one that they click on and you're the website they go to.
And that's probably it. You would probably look for online podcasting. Mm-hmm. What'd you call it? You said?
Online podcasting or broadcasting. Yep.
Yeah, we call this passionate radio with pictures.
That's awesome.
Because we really don't, we have the name underneath and we have the beautiful lake behind us and we have your logo up there. And so from that sense, we're like TV, but our passion doesn't come from the visual. It comes from the audio. So tell me this. Give me some background. Where are you guys from? Where'd you go to school? What brings you here?
Oh, well, we're actually all from the same school without knowing each other. We went to Ballard, which is
Huxley Ballard.
Huxley, just between Ames and Ankeny.
Yep.
And I actually knew Ryan a little bit as a kid because he was neighbors of my best friend.
Okay.
But he was younger than me. And then we grew up, not really knowing each other. And like you said, we met at a entrepreneur event. Ryan and JT had met some other ways, and it turns out we all went to the same school, knew a lot of the same people. So it was
had
a good
passion
fit.
to work together. So when it comes to business, I know what you're passionate about. What are you passionate about? Trent will talk to you outside of business.
One of my biggest passions would be animals.
Okay.
I really like
eating them.
I like to eat certain ones, I guess.
Yes.
But no, dogs in particular. Rescuing dogs, helping them,
Good for you.
educating about them, and I've always just had a passion for dogs.
I do too.
Animals, and I would love to. I have this dream of building animal sanctuaries. They're like. Not like animal rescue sort of places like they are now. We're talking a place where they would almost rather be there than being adopted because the place is that awesome.
They run free, take care of themselves.
I would love to build those all over the.
That's awesome. JT, what about you? What are you passionate about outside of BAM?
I'd like to say the Chicago Bears, but that's a little too depressing sometimes.
That's okay.
So
hey, listen, brother, Bears all the way. The Bears.
Bear down.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah.
That's actually that's how Trent and I bonded, and we actually agreed about some of the controversial players that some people want out, and we go. We were able to align under that.
We got a whole new radio show now every week called The Bears.
The Bears.
I've actually, to expand on that a little bit, my big passion is actually fantasy football, and I found I would have a lot of people texting me, what should I do this week? And so I set up a website online to send them to. So
cool.
That's kind of not on the forefront of our business or anything.
Well, you never know. You could set up a national website for fantasy football.
I'll let you know. We've already got that. We're working on behind the scenes.
And Ryan, what are you passionate about outside work?
I'm really passionate about health and biohacking.
Bio who?
Biohacking. So it's how to make the biology of our bodies work at a higher level, much more efficient. So you have more access to your brain. You're able to be in a better emotional state consistently. And so it's biohacking. So we use different tools, whether it's because we're chemical, electrical, magnetic beings, right? Human body. And so I have a tool for an example. It's a transcranial direct stimulation. You put it on your head and it sends electrical current across the
You're like
prefrontal
Robert
cortex.
Downey Jr., aren't you? What was the character he played that got in the outfit and flew all around?
Iron
Man. Iron Man. That's you,
They
isn't
all
it?
knew.
And then you're going to be a billionaire by billionaire because you're going to build these little body robots for us.
Possibly, yes. I haven't seen that movie, though.
So I'll start with you, Ryan, and then I'll go down the line with the last question. If you could spend an hour with anybody, living or dead, who would it be?
Jesus.
Jesus. Good for you.
I'm gonna go with Larry Page of Google. I spend all day, every day on search engines and Google, and it's just a part of my life. So I'd like to meet the guy who started it or helped start it.
JT?
I'm actually going to go with a somewhat controversial answer, but someone I look up to a lot is...
Mike Ditka?
You got me there. That was my Halloween costume last year. Actually, it's Adam Carolla, and people know him. He was on MTV in the past, but I'm really inspired by his story because he started out as a construction worker running around minimum wage jobs and became an entrepreneur, and he has the highest listened to podcast.
Yeah.
And when radio was... He got fired from his radio gig, and he turned that into an opportunity to find a new platform, and he was one of the pioneers there. But it's just a matter of not getting comfortable, and always he has a motor on him that inspires me.
Well, one of the things I encourage people to do is to meet those people. We know you will someday, not soon enough. But you guys, don't be afraid to write a letter. Don't be afraid to do something to catch their attention. I had a radio station one time, and a young man really wanted a job with me. And so he took one of those, remember those puzzles made out of wood that were the country of America, and you could pull the states out? And he took the logo that I was doing the radio station with, implanted that on top of that deal, and pulled one piece out. And the piece was a picture of him. And he says, the only thing you're missing on this station is me. Now, he was good, and he deserved the job. But there were 50 guys looking for that job, and he got it because he did something unique like that. And I would encourage you, especially you with Adam. Man, that guy'd love to meet you. You know, you just got to bond and connect with him some way. So get it done. All right, these are the guys from BAM. I can't just say BAM.
No.
These are the guys from BAM. BAM! BAM!
That's how we always say it.
Be Always Marketing. And you can check them out at BAM.
BeAlwaysMarketing.com.
BeAlwaysMarketing.com.
Or you can call the BAM line.
The BAM line. What's the BAM line? 450-4269?
That'll get you.
That's the BAM line. All right, guys, thanks for coming in. Always good to see you guys. Something's going to be going on between you guys and me because we keep running into each other. Yeah, of something. I don't know. Maybe you and I'll start a puppy sanctuary.
Let's do it.
I'm a huge dog person. Yeah, me too. All right. Janice Wissenand, she is I'm going to just tell you the truth. She is the queen of Urbandale. Little did we know that there is a secret society under the great Mayor Enduig where she has been coronated as the queen of Urbandale. And she's disguised on a daily basis as the membership director of the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. Good job, Batman.
Or BAM Mobile.
BAM Man, yeah. Coffee Tuesday mornings.
Yes.
Come meet your chamber members.
Come meet the chamber. Absolutely. Learn everything you want to know about the chamber.
Yeah, and I don't care what town you're in. Check out the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. It doesn't matter that you have bricks and mortar in Urbandale. It's a great organization, and I think you'll love it. Check it out. I'll see you next time here on Spotlight for Business. Uniquely Urbandale and Webcast One Live, I'm J. Michael McCoy. Have a great day.